Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We're going to do what's called the basket stitch. I have also seen the stitch called the cupcake stitch. I had someone to post on my wall a beautiful blanket slash Afghan pattern that was labeled the cupcake Afghan, and now I know where they got that from, and I know it's hard to see in just the white. But if you do the multicolors, and if you do the bottom row here in one color, and then you go and do this next row in another color, it kind of gives you the paper and then the icing or the rounded part of the cupcake. And it's easier to kind of see that. So they call it a cupcake type of stitch or a basket stitch. So it can be either or. I've just seen the stitch labeled a couple different ways. So this is what we're going to do today, and again, it's all about what your mind perceives. So I hope you enjoy this pattern. So I am going to use a mauve color. Okay, and what I'm going to have you to do is I'm going to have you to chain 19. Okay, so let's do 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay, so that is our 19 stitches. Now what we're going to do is we're going to flip our work over and do what we call working on the wrong side. So you're going to flip that over, and we're going to work on that wrong side. Okay, so now on the 5th chain from the hook, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, sorry, on this 5th chain we're going to do what is known as a V stitch. So you're going to do a double crochet into that 5th chain. Okay, then you're going to do a chain 1. Then you're going to go back in that same stitch for another double crochet. That gives you a V stitch. Okay, so now you're going to skip 2 chains. So 1, 2, you're going to do that again, which is another V stitch. So you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, and another double crochet into that same chain. Alright, so skip 2 more, do another V stitch, which is double crochet, chain 1, do another double crochet into that same stitch, skip 2, do another V stitch in that next stitch, okay, skip 2 and do your last V stitch. Okay, so at this point, let me adjust my camera just a bit. Alright, so at this point, this is what you're going to have at the end of row 1, except for your last 2 chains. So what you're going to do here is you're going to skip that next chain, and you're just going to put a double crochet into that very last one. Okay, that's your turning chain. Now row 2, you're going to chain 3, then you're going to turn. Alright, so what you're going to do now, you're going to be working in the V stitch itself, not the chain, but the space. And what you're going to do here is you're going to work a double V stitch, okay? So what that means is you're going to do a double crochet into that V stitch. Now here's where you would do your chain 1 and then another double crochet, but because you're working a double V stitch, you're going to put 2 double crochet first, okay? And then you're going to do your chain 1. Okay, and then you're going to do 2 more double crochet. That gives you a double V-stitch. Okay? So that's your double V-stitch. Then you're going to do a chain 1. Then you're going to skip this next one, and then you're going to go over to this next V-stitch and do the same thing. So you're going to do a double V-stitch. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet, and then chain 1. Then you're going to go back in and do 2 more double crochet to complete that V-stitch, or that double V-stitch, okay? Then you're going to end by chain 1. So then you're going to skip this next one. You're going to go to that end one and do the same thing. So you're going to do a double V-stitch. So there's your 2 double crochet, chain 1, and 2 more double crochet in that same space. Okay? And then what you're going to do now at the end of this row is you're going to do 1 double crochet in the top. So you're going to go to that next chain and you're going to put a double crochet right into the top. And that's what you should have at the end of row 2. Alright, so row 3, we are going to chain 3. Now you're going to work a V-stitch into each one of these spaces. Alright, so what we're going to do is you're going to go right into this space right here, which is that V-stitch, and you're going to work a normal V-stitch. So you're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Okay, this is very simple. Then you're going to jump to this space gap. You're going to do a V-stitch, which is double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So now we know how to do our V-stitch, so I'm not going to keep going over how to do that. So now you know when I say do a V-stitch, you do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So we're going to go to this space and do a V-stitch. Okay. Jump to this next space gap and do a V-stitch. It's nothing difficult here. Just locating all of your spaces. Okay, and then you go to this last one and do a V-stitch. Alright, so now at the end of row 3, what you're going to do is you're going to do a double crochet into the top of the turn and chain. Okay, so in this turn and chain, this is your turn and chain right here. I'm going to go to the top and continue to do a double crochet like we have been. Okay, so far that's what you have for the end of row 3. Okay, now row 4, we will chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we will turn. Now you're going to do 1 double crochet here into the same space you're in. And then you're going to chain 1. Now you're going to do a V-stitch into the next double V-stitch. Okay, so what we're just going to do here is we're going to do a double V-stitch, okay? We're not going to do it in this first one. Right here, we're not going to do that. So we're going to jump right here into this next one. And you're going to do a double V-stitch, which is going to be your 2 double crochet. Double means 2. And then you're going to do your single crochet, and then 2 more double crochet. Okay? Then you're going to do a chain 1. Then you're going to skip this one, and we're going to go all the way over here to this next one and do a double V-stitch. Whoops. And then chain 1 and do our last 2 doubles. Okay, and do our chain 1. Now you're going to completely skip this one and you're going to go into that turn and chain for 2 double crochet. Okay, You got to make both sides even. Let me pull my yarn a little bit. Just like we did here, you had that chain 3 and you had that 1 double crochet. Well, you got to make that even, so you got to accommodate on this other end as well. So you have to put those 2 doubles here. Alright, so now what you want to do for the next row, which is row 5, you want to do row 5 the same as row 3, which was chain 3. Okay, and you want to turn. Now row 3 was you were going to put a V-stitch in each space across. Okay, so you're going to work right here, and you're just going to put our basic V-stitch. Okay, go to this next one, put a V-stitch. Okay, go to this space, put your next V-stitch. Go to the next one, put a V-stitch. Okay, and go to this last space here and put your last V-stitch. And then you want to go to that turning chain and do a double crochet. Okay, back it up. And then your pattern just repeats itself. You go back and do rows 2, 3, 4, and 5. You just repeat what you've done here. So again, you just kind of have to use your imagination, and if you use different color, you will start to see the pattern itself kind of pull out a little bit. You know, I just wanted you to see the basic stitch itself. You can go and explore this, but if you kind of focus in on just this one right here, you can see kind of where it does an angle right here, and it goes across for, like, I would say the basket or the cupcake part, and then you got this that comes through here for the paper. So you can use your imagination again for that. So try it in different colors and see what you come up with, but it's a beautiful stitch and it's a fun one to do. And I would enjoy seeing anything that you do, so you can email those to me, or you can post on my Facebook. All my information is, as usual, it's down below in the description box. And again, this is called your basket stitch, and it has been called the cupcake stitch. So I will put in the top part of the video, in the label part, I will put them both. That way when you do a search, it will be easiest for you to you can type in either one and it should come up for you either way you type it in. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and happy hooking.